Yeah.
Alright, I need a little reference on lightning claws.
Ah. And that's the last little part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Images. Alright, some people paint them silver. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Some people go blue to make it look like the energy is glowing, but I don't think that ever really quite works. He's also already blue.
Mm-hmm.
Kilgore
Purple.
Void! Hello! Ryan Sargent, Brett S. Good evening. I really love the art depictions where they have literal crackling energy surrounding them, but I don't know how to
do that.
Yeah. I don't know how to paint on literal lighting effects like that are happening off the model. Some of these chaos ones are glowing red. That could be neat. I'm trying to find how I want to do the lightning claws. Good old CATO SICARIUS. It is I, CATO SICARIUS. He's catoing all up in this SICARIUS.
Well, that's a little inappropriate.
Ooh, somebody did some really cool Grey Knights with Terminator
Purple.
lightning claws, and I don't know if Grey Knight Terminators can take lightning claws, but it looks great. Purple. It's not a bad suggestion, but not a great
That's what I
suggestion.
said.
Do better next time. I mean, old school. If I really wanted to do retro, red would be the retro look.
Oh yeah.
ZWQ, hello.
Red would also be fine.
Mm-hmm. Kilgore Void. Hook them up to a car battery. You know what? It is made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Brett S. Make lightning out of UV resin and sculpt the lightning around the claws. Yeah, probably not. I've seen some people do some interesting stuff with super glue and cotton, but I wouldn't want to test it out on this model. What?
That's weird.
Why is Google only giving me like 20 results?
FBI.
The FBI is like, he doesn't need to see more lightning claws.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a billion.
Why does he-
I'd get more
why is-
hits if I looked this up on Pinterest.
Why is he looking up weird stuff all the time?
You know what? I will look it up on Pinterest. I'll go over to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it makes me sign in, then I don't remember.
Yep. It's where the moms
Search.
come home.
40k.
Kilgore Void, you're supposed to experiment on your models.
I would experiment on my models, but I don't have cotton. I mean, I guess I could go like rip up my pillow, but I don't want to do that. I like my pillow.
There's always more pillows in the sea.
I would test it out on a model, just not this model. Let's see. Ooh, this person. Well, tealy green. I don't think tealy green is the look.
Purple.
Why is there a 17th episode in this series? Because it's not done yet. I'm doing lightning claws. I spent like 25 episodes painting that orc. No complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, a lot of people don't do lightning claws because it's hard.
Mm-hmm. I think red
Red,
and
yeah.
blue together, which would be purple. I do think red would be pretty neat.
DK Streeter Prince, hello. ZNubiQ, his pillow is really just full of more minis. Kilgore Void. Oh, I just keep my complaints bottled up inside.
Ah.
ZNubiQ. That orc wasn't CATO SICARIUS. Ah.
People are done with them.
Yeah, I mean, it'll almost certainly get done tonight. Something would have to happen for it to not get done tonight.
Now it won't. Thanks for saying that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't see anything I particularly like, so I'm just going to try to do red and see what happens.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tomorrow will be exciting if we'll play with Ben.
Yeah.
We'll have a fun 3 people
Little
game.
three-way.
Little 3-way action maybe for our kill team.
Kilgore
Hopefully.
Void, cue the skunk dog.
Yep, exactly. Round 2.
Mm-hmm. Great. You'll spend 4 hours trying to find out the colors. Okay, Dr. Joke. I saw some really good lightning claws on a mini Google image. Ignis, Master of Ruins lightning claws. Okay.
It's just porn.
It'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Zine to be cute. A little 3-way. Also, kill team might happen.
Mm-hmm. Master of Ruin. Claws. Oh yeah, I saw this. It's fine. They look like ice claws, which is not quite what I want. And they're a little bit too blue. Like, if his claws are blue and his body's blue, it's a little too much blue.
I think it sounds like you're a blue hater.
Kilgore Void. Hook him up to a mini Tesla coil.
There you go.
Z, Nubiq, you're not a real painter unless the mini shoots real lightning.
Exactly.
Steam Geeko1. As cool as this guy looks, and probably is in the lore, I'll never be able to hear his name without text-to-speech portrayed bursting into my head. It is I, CATO SICARIUS. Oh, CATO.
What a fun guy.
Mm-hmm. Need a white. Ooh, you know what? I'll try out my new whites.
Oh, you got a new white paint? Interesting.
I bought some Liquitex, just thick body titanium white because Ninjan told me to.
Ah.
TK City Prince. Remember, folks, to show your support and today's poll is thumbs up for sci-fi, thumbs down for fantasy. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe for all of the latest videos. Well, I'm gonna give it, which one? Thumbs up. I like sci-fi.
I gave it a thumbs up already.
Wow, this is a thick acrylic. It is very white though. Almost too white. Really.
Princess Damien, you asked for a heckle, but there is a fluffier approach. Which one of you seduced each other first?
Ah.
on the Discord, I asked for a heckle.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't like these lamps. I do like these lamps, but they're way too close. I keep hitting them.
I think you should put them on your head.
Dr.
You
Juggle,
should
I
install
dare
it
you
as
to
a
give
helmet.
him hazard stripe claws. I'm okay.
Hazard claws.
Xenobq, if Ninjan told you to jump off a bridge, I'd jump with you. Yeah, I like Ninjan.
Yeah.
Zerg619, hello Aeons and Nick. I wanted to give you a big thanks for the video of the oil wash guide. I saw other guides and most of them use some called medium to create washes. Those are probably acrylic washes.
Mm-hmm.
You need a little medium in there to make the paint perform how you want it to.
To make the wash.
Yeah.
Washington Monument. What a weird monument.
Yeah. Just a spike.
It's just a rod.
You can take an elevator up to the top-ish, and then I guess have a look.
Now you can just look from space, so who even cares?
Yeah, you can see NASA satellites real-time images.
Mm-hmm.
On your phone.
Mm-hmm. Naked.
Mm-hmm. Alejandro, I bought Monuments Pro Acrylic Titanium White because Uncle Adam told me to. TK3 Prince. I spent 5 hours looking for a damn backpack for one Plague Marine last night. It was like, no! And then ripped the place apart. Did find it in the end. Ah. In that 5 hours, you probably could have 3D printed one. Dr. Jokel. Red. Now he looks like a streetwalker. Because he has red claws?
I don't know what a streetwalker is.
Is it like a daywalker, like Blade? The vampire?
Like a Skywalker, like
No.
Luke?
Is it Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
I like Harry Potter. I like the third movie. I like the fourth book the best, though.
I don't like any of it. I thought the movies were fun, though, when I was a kid. I'm sure I would. I'm sure maybe I would even enjoy them now.
I think you'd enjoy the third one because it's just a really, really good movie and
I think
really
I've
well
seen,
shot.
I've seen up until they started doing part 1s and 2s. I just don't remember him at all.
I had that same problem. I saw every movie, but I never saw part 2. I saw every single movie, but I could not remember what happened in the last couple of movies. And recently I rewatched them, and I'm like, this is me watching it for the first time, even though I've seen this movie before.
Yeah. I would watch it every time I was sick. Like, it would just so happen to be on TV in order. So I'd watch them.
Alternative Oats. Hey, finally catching you live. I love the name Alternative Oats.
It's pretty good.
Alternative Oats. Harry Potter is C tier and a red flag. What? Everyone loves Harry Potter. I mean, not everyone, but most people like Harry Potter.
Especially not anymore.
Harry Potter is still pretty beloved. I definitely wouldn't call it a red flag. Like, it's not like Mein Kampf. Like, I like Harry Potter. Uh-oh. I mean, that's not the reaction, is it? It's like, I like Harry Potter. Oh, you were 12 once? That should be the reaction.
Oh my god. I mean, this isn't a Patreon stream yet. Jeez.
Oh yeah, we've been monetized.
AR, Harry Potter's not good.
Harry Potter's very good.
Dr. Drokel, maybe Harvey Porter being on TV is what made you sick? I hope that meant Harry Potter. Or I don't get it.
CNBQ. I got artist grade white from because Marco Fizzoni told me to. It almost seems like it might be a good idea to buy good white. Maybe. Kilgore Void. Wizard People, dear reader, is the superior version. I've never heard of Wizard People, dear reader. CNBQ. Lukewarm take. Harry Potter's fine. AR. Fuck Rowling. Yeah! No, yeah. J.K. Rowling kind of sucks, but the books are pretty good. And some of the movies are legit.
Yeah. I don't know. There's
the Harry Potter movies.
There's a bunch of camps on separating her from the movies or not, or separating her from the stories and not.
I mean,
I think that's the problem.
I mean, she didn't murder anyone. She just says things that are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're still supporting her if you buy the stuff.
Well, I mean, I bought them years ago.
Yes. I'm not saying that personally. I'm just saying that's what people think.
Yeah, but also, like, so many people that aren't her worked so hard on those movies. Mm-hmm. And also, she didn't do that much on the movies. Like, I think she maybe helped with the screenplays. Mm-hmm. But, like, the third movie has a bunch of stuff she didn't write.
Mm-hmm. Is that why it's the best one?
I mean, it's. I think it's the best one because it's the most like a real movie. Like, it has beautiful cinematography, long takes. It has beautiful transitional vignettes that show the passage of time. It has tons of takes where the camera moves through glass, which is super cool. Mm-hmm. Hot take, Harry Potter is good. Harry Potter can be beloved by many, but it was never particularly well written. I think it's finely written. I mean, I don't know, it's probably not the best book ever written, but it sure did make some random British woman the most money that's ever been made in any writer's life. And no, money is not like the perfect analogy to what is quality, but doesn't hurt. Also, I mean, it's way up there in terms of its genre. I mean, what do you want? The Maze Runner? Mm-hmm. Divergent? I mean, come on now. Alternative oats. She got so much money, it's almost like it doesn't matter if anyone financially supports her or not. Just have to choose if you're going to listen to her or not. Mm-hmm. It's true. Kilgore Void. For instance, H.P. Lovecraft hated air conditioners. See? Even he was wrong. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he a Nazi? There was something wrong with him. Mm-hmm. No, he was a racist. Like, didn't he name his cat the N-word?
I mean, anyone at that time.
Yeah, Dr. Jokel.
Yeah, grandma's hands aren't clean.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jokel. Good luck separating her from Harry Potter. She has complete control over it, and no one is ever going to take it away from her. People lobbying for that might as well try ice skating on asphalt. Well, yeah, but I mean, you can separate it in your mind. Mm-hmm. Power Surge. Hey, you guys know of any websites that print out custom decals for your miniatures? I'm having no luck finding it. I doubt it. That doesn't sound real.
I think people just try to make their own.
Yeah, you got to get special paper and a nice high-res image, and so you need like a fixative. AR. I want Apocalypse Now. The movie? Is there a book, Apocalypse Now? Brett S. They are children's books for Pete's sake. It's not War and Peace, and it doesn't have to be. Yeah, like Harry Potter is everything it is and nothing that it isn't. Mm-hmm. I think Harry Potter 3 also might be the movie that did time travel the best. Unless you're gonna go like, I mean, I guess that's not true. Like, there's movies that are great that have time travel in them, but in terms of a coherent time travel, I think Harry Potter 3 does it the best. And I've heard J.K. Rowling has ruined it in her newest book that changes how the time travel works.
Well, that's good.
But what's neat is in the Harry Potter time travel, if you go back in time, you always went back in time. So you're not really changing things because you already changed them. AR, Lovecraft hated and feared everyone else. Ah. Stream Geek 01. Oh, Lovecraft was a massive racist. He did call his cat the N-word and has never and was even told to tone it down, tone it back on his racism at the time. You know, it's really funny. I own the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft, so I'm backing all the wrong horses here.
Yep.
J.K. Lovecraft. Alternative votes. Forget Lovecraft. Read Clark Ashton Smith.
Forget Clark Ashton Smith. Don't read. That's what I always say. I never learned how to read. Never will.
Power Surge. The best time travel is from the movie The Time Traveler's Wife. It's a love movie, but it's a really good movie and best time traveling in movies. I think I read the book. It was fine. It's not bad. Guy time travels randomly and falls in love with someone, but he keeps disappearing and reappearing at different times and as different ages. But it's like, because of the time travel, they're destined to be together.
Hot.
AR, I'm with you on Lovecraft, Jay. Xenobiq, no read, only paint.
Yeah.
Elrondorio, J.K. Rowling can now afford to buy any Games Workshop and Forge World products. Yeah, that's true. She has finally reached the bracket necessary to afford Games Workshop products. I love, though, when J.K. just casually changes the lore of Harry Potter, like in a tweet. I love it so much. Like when she pretended like there was actually a Jewish kid at Hogwarts named Anthony Goldstein, and they just never happened to show up in the books, but they were there.
Anthony Goldstein. Yep. Good old her.
Alternative votes. Now I understand why Jay is reading out the chats to Nick.
Yep, exactly. It's very helpful.
James Cameron Clark. Is Tenet a time travel movie? There's some very good time travel movies out there. I just really like the I really like the time travel used in Harry Potter 3. It's very like coherent. Kilgore Void. Oh yeah, Goldstein. Really? Is that the best you could do, JK?
Yeah, it's a little much, I would say.
And one time she tweeted that before wizards adopted Muggle plumbing, they would poop themselves and then vanish the evidence.
Yes.
And I would love it more than anything. In my eyes, even though she said horrible things, I would be so happy if she like tweeted the next day. She's like, "Sorry everyone, I got really drunk last night."
And for every night for the last 20 years.
TK3 Prince. Best ever time travel film is this one. You need to watch it. What is it? Is it Primer? I really like Primer. It's a good time travel movie. Alternative votes. Looper is a pretty fun time travel movie. I never saw Looper. Sounds. Oh no, I've seen Looper. Looper is pretty good. Power Surge. That's better than toilets. It's, I guess, but conceptually it just seems weird. Like you wander off, piss yourself, and then vanish the evidence.
Yeah, why would you piss your pants?
Yeah, like, why wouldn't they use a toilet or a chamber pot or whatever and then vanish the evidence? Like,
yeah, and I mean, she had to have been drunk or something.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a sober thought.
Yeah, if she's like, oh, I had a little too much red wine last night and, whew, my Twitter was open.
Mm-hmm. I just let it fly.
But nope,
Does
she
she have,
always
like-
has to pretend like she's always right and has never made a mistake.
Mm. Does she have like kids and stuff?
I don't think so. Just a rich single
Just
lady.
a rich single lady on the town. Perfect.
I mean, I think she should get herself like a
Podcast.
smoking hot young husband.
Mm.
Steam Geeko 1. The best way I've heard time travel described is to draw a line in pencil, pen or chalk. Pencil can change entity entirely. Pen is rigid and unchanging. Chalk changes, but there's remnants of the past. That doesn't make any sense to me, but it sounds cool. That's kind of how all time travel works. It sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alternative votes. There was an Asian character in Harry Potter called Cho Chang, which sounds kind of, but I wouldn't know. I'm European as fuck. I think it's been discovered that Cho Chang is just shit gibberish, just Chinese gibberish.
Oh, I'm sure.
Ooh, Kilgore Void. I'd like to submit 12 Monkeys as a pretty wild time travel movie. That is a really good film. Although I would say it has weak time travel. Like, that movie is made on the performances and world building, but like the time travel is just bzz, bzz, he's in the past, bzz, bzz, he's in the future. TK Straight Would recommend that film to anyone. TK, what movie? Oh god, you guys are typing so much. The Man from Earth? Never heard of it. Power Surge. Is Pulp Fiction a time-traveling movie since everything is happening after the end? Probably not. I think it's just an anthology and it's out of order.
You know what time it is?
Yeah.
It's gonna get burpy in here, even more than it already was.
Zatzatura. Red Claws. Interesting choice. Yeah, I guess I'm going for like a retro thing. I mean, I think it looks good. I just, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. Steam Eco 1. Pencil is like Looper. Any change changes everything. Pen is Harry Potter 3, where nothing can change. And Chalk is Back to the Future, where bits of the old time is still there, like Marty and Doc. Oh, okay, I get it now. James Cameron Clark. The best time travel movie is clearly Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. ZNBQ. JK's writing is bad and she should feel bad. The best time travel writing is from the defunct RPG Continuum, which everyone should play and no one plays. Or everyone should read and no one plays.
Amazing.
I mean, it's not, I don't know, like, I'm not saying, like, the time travel in Harry Potter 3 is, like, incredible, but the way it's used in the story is pretty great. Because by the end of the movie, you're like, oh, everything went badly. But then the time travel happens, and then you actually realize that everything went their way. And so it's like a little switcheroo. Power Surge. Hot take. Terminator is the worst time travel movie series. Why would they send machines into the past to assassinate people if the people are alive in the present, meaning they failed? Well, in, I guess, the machines don't care. Like, the machines think that they're inevitable, and so it's no big deal if, they can kill somebody in the past who is preventing them from doing something in the future, and then they will just continue to do everything they do, except they won't have that roadblock of that annoying person. Although I will admit, it makes a lot of sense for maybe 2 movies. It does not make sense for like 6 movies. And thank you, ZNBQ. We appreciate the tip.
Yeah.
Dr. Jokel, I hated how in the Avengers Endgame they said that time travel was nothing like Back to the Future, then proceeded to explain it just like Doc explains in Back to the Future 2 with the branching timelines. I wonder if that's a joke then. If they're like, it's nothing like it, but then they explain it exactly the same. Brett S. Jay, that is why they made 2 movies. They stopped there, just like Aliens stopped after Aliens. They stopped. There's no more movies. Power Surge tips $5. I disagree that the game Legacy of Kain has the best time travel. Vampires and time travel, baby. ZNBQ. Continuum had paperwork to fill out to time travel properly. It was something. It was something. The world building was great, though. Had a whole time traveling society. That does sound neat. Time traveling paperwork.
Everybody loves paperwork.
Mm-hmm. All right, I gotta paint. Paint more minis.
You nailed
Not
it.
how he does it, but I can't do it the way he does it.
Yeah, because he has a few little effects, I would say.
Mm.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that's maybe not completely his natural voice. I know I'm gonna start that conspiracy.
All right, shots fired.
Mm-hmm.
Is Scott in the YouTuber's brain trust?
No.
Can we add him?
I mean, everyone should just clip that moment and send it to him.
Is he too busy running his Discord server and Trapped Under Plastic's Discord server?
Mm-hmm. Are those ones private? I know that his Miniac one.
No, I'm a part. Or I'm not. I don't know if it's private. I'm part of his Trapped Under Plastic Facebook group.
Well, Facebook group is a different story.
Brett asks, why do you hate Miniac, Nick?
I don't. Oh no! This is gonna turn into this.
Mm-hmm. Nick, why do you hate Miniac more than anything on Earth?
I don't. I do like Miniac.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Says the liar. One of his videos popped right up in my recommendations. See, that's how much I like him.
Mm-hmm. They pop up on everyone's recommendations. You're not special.
That's true. All right. And to see. I would assume if he has a link, it's probably in his description.
Mm.
It's really hard to read. He has a lot of stuff in here. Nah, I don't think so.
James Cameron Clark. Space.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Hoffman. I'm thinking of starting a new Space Marine army. Any suggestions on chapters? I mean, you could go with a classic, like Iron Warriors, White Scars, Salamanders, Iron Hands, or Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves. Iron Hands are pretty cool. Those are the ones that like have specific models and upgrades and stuff. Other interesting chapters are the Lamenters, who are, if you want to play the underdogs, I mean, Lamenters. They have the worst luck of any Space Marine chapter in all of 40k. There's the Flesh Terrors, which are kind of like Blood Angels. They're super cool. And they actually do have an independent character. They have Gabriel Seth, the chapter master, who's pretty cool.
Seth.
There's some other neat Space Marine chapters. Power Surge, the Astral Lions. Zenith Q, the Mantis Warriors. The Mantis Warriors are sweet. There is a wonderful little culture of Mantis Warrior players who have like lots of 3D printed heads and custom bits.
That's awesome.
Like they have like literally like praying Mantis Space Marine heads. It's great. And Mantis Warriors are old. They're Rogue Trader old. Power Surge Lamenters, aka the Taxicabs. Ooh, the Carcharodons.
I mean, I like Iron Hands.
Travis Rizal. Hey, y'all. I'm popping in. And since I'm not really part of any painting groups and really enjoy you guys, what Gene Stealer cult miniature should I get first for painting? I'm loving those claws, by the way. Ooh, first, if you want to paint a lot of things, probably the Neophyte box, because you get like 10 or 11 dudes. If you want something a little bit more Gene Stealery, then you probably want to go with the Acolytes or the Acolytes or the Hybrid Metamorphs box. You get 5 guys, but they're a little bit more of Gene Stealery. But yeah, I mean, there's not that many kits available to the Gene Stealer cults. I mean, there's some vehicles, but that's not giving you the feel for painting up a cultist. Brian Hoffman. I was thinking of the Exorcists. Very grimdark. James Cameron Clark. The Black Templar will always be the Crusadiest boys. How could I forget the Black Templar? I own like 10,000 points of Black Templar.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be upset at you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like forgetting your wife's name.
Mm-hmm. Brett, Black Legion, World Eaters, World Bearers, Death Guard, Thousand Suns, all quality choices. Those are all chaos.
I agree with Brett. I do think if I had to play normal Space Marines, Iron Hands are pretty cool.
I think a million years ago, Iron Hands used to be able to take Terminator armor Space Marine sergeants in their tactical squads, which is super cool, and I think they should bring that back, because that sounds neat. Although it might just end up being kind of like how if you took a Terminator in your squad of Death Watch in 8th edition, you could basically tank all shots on the Terminators until they died. So technically, you were always rolling 2-ups until the Terminators died. Then you were rolling 3-ups. Kilgore, I think Kato is going to trip on his dick scroll. That's very true. I guess he does like a cowboy walk so that he's always not stepping on the tabard.
I mean, he looks like he is. I like think about how like wimpy it would be if he had to pick up his dick scroll.
Yeah,
like hold it in his hands
with his
while he
giant
walks.
robot fists.
Mm-hmm.
Alternative votes. Iron hands are just an excuse not to paint your plastic. No, they're almost completely black with a little bit of white and silver. Brian Hoffman, you used to have a Chaos Space Marine army way back in the day. Sadly, I lost most of the minis, but I'm just getting back into the hobby now. True Natural 2-0. I, CATO SICARIUS, think that I, CATO SICARIUS, wonders if I, CATO SICARIUS, would like to say that I, CATO SICARIUS, wonders if you, Eons of Battle, have watched Emperor's Text-to-Speech. I have. I've watched all of it, but not for a long time. I need to catch up. It is I, CATO SICARIUS. Yeah, I love text-to-speech. Mm-hmm.
I'm painting the cute little flintlock sluggas on these guys.
Tabard Rizal, get this miniature some spurs. CNBQ, Iron hands are just an excuse to paint Space Marines like they were basic Necrons. I think if I could do it all over again, I think I would probably go Lamenters. Although I still love the Black Templar. Mm-hmm. If for some reason I collected another color of Space Marines, it would probably be Lamenters. I almost want to do like a Lamenters kill team, although I already do a kill team, and it's just my own kind of custom chapter, which is like tactical Marines with appropriate camouflage and stuff.
Well, I would say Green Bay Packers, but to each their own.
Alternative votes. Any ideas what to do with loads of leftover sprue? It's starting to stack up a good bit. Well, my suggestion would be to dispose of them. And we lost 40,000 subscribers.
Yep.
I mean, you can make terrain that doesn't look good, and it takes a lot of work.
The problem with the sprue is because a lot of people say like you can add them, add bits to your terrain that you already have or whatever. But the problem is you look at it and you're like, that's sprue, and you just think that.
Yeah.
That's not great. You don't want to look at an object and think you know what and like be able to tell what it is. You should be like, oh, that's a metal pipe.
You don't want to think, oh, that was the sprue connected to part number 48. I have, though, in the past, I kind of want to try it out. I want to see if I have a sharp enough hobby knife, if I can cut the number off the sprue and then plastic glue it to a model.
Oh my gosh. It'd be hilarious. You scrape off the Games Workshop, copyright.
And then put it on like a banner, a Space Marine banner or something.
It'd be pretty funny.
Games Workshop copyright 2011. Power Surge. But Lamenters are bad luck. Well, my Space Marines don't win a lot of games. So I don't think it would change much. Dark Avenger 3510, I am here.
You are here. Yeah, you'd probably win just as many games as you normally do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to crush tomorrow at Kill Team.
Mm-hmm.
My Space Marines are undefeated.
Well, I don't think that's true.
I'd say that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what evidence do you have that I've ever lost a game?
Probably the last 2 games you lost. Or the first 2 games you lost.
Fake news.
Because we've been doing it for 3 weeks.
Liberal media. Fake news. Bretta, so you can put a few small pieces of sprue and drop it into a bottle of Tamiya extra thin cement and use it as gap filler. Then throw away the rest of the sprue.
There you go.
Alternative votes. Red Corsairs are the best chapter, obviously. That sounds familiar. No, it doesn't. I feel like Red Corsairs is not part of the Space Marine Periodic Table of Elements, which you should watch. Whoever wanted Space Marine suggestions, watch that for 150 Space Marine chapter suggestions.
It's true. Periodic Table of Space Marines.
It'd be really funny if for people to pick what chapter of Space Marines they want to play. They start the video, they close their eyes, and then they pause it at some point in like a minute and a half, and that's their Space Marine chapter.
That'd be very funny. That'd be quite the way to promote that video.
Mm-hmm. That could be a really fun video. Like, all right, I have a Space Marine here, and I have my video. I'm gonna close my eyes, and I'm just gonna stop it. And whatever it lands on, that's how I have to paint up the miniature.
Mm-hmm. And you get one of the unknown ones.
I'll call it like Goobertown Roulette.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Hoffman, I think the Death Specters are pretty cool too. The idea of a chapter master sitting on a throne and slowly turning to stone to protect their sector, or something like that. That does sound neat. Once he's stone, I'm sure he'll do a great job protecting it.
Yeah.
Where is my medium?
Mm-hmm.
Dark Avenger 3510. I'm buying a Kill Team Sunday, so that is what I'm going to do to choose. Oh my gosh, if you do, please post everything to Discord.
Yes. That's very, very, very fun. Maybe get Angry Marines.
That's true. Angry Marines are on there.
That'd be very funny.
There's some fun. There's some other fun ones on there like Grey Knights and Death Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Hospitalers. Every single one that has gold in the name.
Yep. Good old the EOB reboot.
Mm-hmm.
EOB boot. Yeah, Eons of Boots.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta boot your Eon.
Mm-hmm.
Huron Blackheart did nothing wrong. Huron Blackheart. Is that a 40k character? It sounds like a Game of Thrones character. And if they're a Game of Thrones character, I'm gonna say that they probably did something wrong. Like when Jon Snow hung a child. Everyone I talked to is like, it's fine. But I'm like, again, you can't have the hero of your show hang a child. That doesn't seem very heroic. The heroic thing to do would be to rescue a child.
But the child needed to die.
Well, that's the argument.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue if you're an adult, you always have the option to not hang a child from the neck until dead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, are you living in the real world, though?
Oh, yeah. Well, in fantasy world, the rules are very strict.
Mm-hmm.
In fantasy world with dragons and magic. I mean, what else could possibly happen?
Mm-hmm.
Brian Hoffman, the Hound is the best Game of Thrones character. Yes, I liked the Hound. And then they just had him die one day.
Well,
I guess
spoiler alert.
They liked everyone watched it. No one cares. Season 8 sucked, apparently. But they really like that Brienne of Tarth character, so she just shows up one day and murders him. Yeah, it's a soap opera. Don't get too attached to anyone, because they might go the second that actor needs to leave the show.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Heretic. I played a Deadlands game that was a mad scientist necromancer who raised a dead child, stuffed him full of dynamite, and then sent him into the enemies to die against a fiery blaze of glory. Well, that sounds awesome. If he had done that, I would approve. ZDVQ. As a Mantis warrior, Huron did at the very least one thing wrong: losing. James Cameron Clark. He did kill Jon Snow. The fact that he came back to life and killed him back is by the by. Ah, okay. So if it's revenge, you can murder a child.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's revenge. Our hero's character remains intact. I don't like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think everybody figured that out.
Mm-hmm. The costumes are neat. The dragons are so-so. They're pretty average dragons.
Imagine Dragons.
Mm-hmm. No, the Imagine Dragons is better than the dragons from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
I mean, they're just standard issue dragons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta do something cool if you're gonna have dragons these days.
Mm. Like what would make it cool?
I don't know, like 2 heads, or like a cool fin, or a mohawk, or super big wings. Like, picture a dragon. That's the dragon from Game of Thrones.
Alternative votes. What does Jay like? Yeah, today's been a negative stream.
That's true.
Jeez. Yeah, usually you're like, I like everything. Everything's fine. Everything's awesome.
I liked
There's
Harry
nothing
Potter
that's bad.
earlier.
That's true. Yeah, but you were wrong about that.
Ah, that's true.
We forgot about that because you were wrong.
Mm-hmm. Happy Heretic. Puff the Magic Dragon is better than the dragons from Game of Thrones. Happy Heretic. Jay likes painting CATO SICARIUS for 2 weeks. I do. Jay likes being wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unavoidable if you're me. Just always wrong. The dragon from Harry Potter was blind. That was cool. It's something.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Joggle. I watched a video today where an armorer breaks down scenes of armor in movies and TV. He gave Game of Thrones a 3 out of 10 and Army of Darkness a 10 out of 10. He was awesome. Wow. I haven't seen Army of Darkness. I want to because I really wanted to watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead on because I think it's on Netflix now. But I haven't seen the other movies. I've just seen Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Xenophique. It's okay. We like Jay being wrong. It's one of his most endearing qualities.
It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Sargent. I've had a rough week, so I'll be turning in for the night. Have a great night. Aw.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good
Sleep tight.
night. Yeah, hope next week is better.
Mm-hmm. Jay hasn't seen Army of Darkness. Hashtag cancel Jay. I said I wanted to, and I've seen the other films in the series. Is that not good enough?
Mm-hmm.
It is I, CATO SICARIUS. I'm gonna CATO all over your SICARIUS.
All right, well, a little much for me, but okay. I'm here for it.
Happy Heretic. No, not anywhere near good enough. Dark Avenger 3 out of 10. So I will be trying to convert a Minotaur's kill team. Ah. Did you do the video thing? The video roulette? That's a quality landing. The Minotaurs.
Mm-hmm. The Minotaurs are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. There were some pictures I drew that I worked really hard on, and then I was like, oh, they're in like the really fast sections where they're literally on screen for a frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be cute. Death to Minotaurs! Sorry, reflex. If Chins Could Kill, which has lots of behind-the-scenes pics and info on Army of Darkness. James Cameron Clark. Is Kato going to be stamping on a Tau for his base? He should be, but I think he'll probably have a dead Tyranid at his feet, because the Ultramarines defeated a Hive fleet from their home planet of Macragge. Brian Hoffman. Are the new Primaris Marines significantly harder to convert than the traditional tactical Marines? Yes and no. There's less available for them because they don't have all the kits. But I mean, for the most part, they're just a regular old Space Marine. So I would say go Primaris because they're better and cooler. And they have better proportions and better weapons and it depends on what you want to convert. Like if you want like robed bodies, Primaris is going to be really hard to do that. Although I don't know if Games Workshop sells the Fallen kit anymore that comes with plastic robed bodies for Classic Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Although
Trader.
I've really been looking at the picking up a box of the new multi-part plastic kit Assault Intercessors because it looks like they have tons of bits, and those are bits that I could put on my other Primaris Marines.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Primaris are going to get there. They're gonna get to where the old Marines were. You know, they're only 3 years old.
Gary Douglas. I'm trying to get into the lore. Where should I start? Open to anything.
Well, I just finished the book, The Infinite and the Divine. It is a book about the Necrons, and it is very good. If you don't care at all about the Necrons, there's a great orc book called Brutal Cunning. If you think you might be interested in the Imperium, then you could check out the Eisenhorn books, which everyone loves. I read Indominus, and that was pretty good, but I don't know. I don't know if that'll hook you. You kind of have to be invested a little. That might be all I've read. Oh, and I read the Nighthaunt book, the first in the Nighthaunt trilogy, and it was very good. It's all about the Chaos Space Marines. Xenobiki Primaris are a little bit harder if you're doing posing swaps, but are exactly as easy if you're doing head and weapon swaps. Yeah, and Primaris already come with more poses than the classical Marines do. So I find I don't need to change their poses much. I would not mind a kneeling Primaris. I always liked my kneeling Space Marine that came in the tactical kit.
And speaking of tactical kit,
yeah,
it is 10 o'clock. And you know what that means? We're going to be switching on to our Patreon-only stream. So if you want to have more fun, got to join that stream.
Yeah, we hope to see lots of patrons.
Yeah.
New video out today.
Yeah, new video out today, and we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. For,
good night, everybody.
Good night. Except for some of you.
And yeah.